newest project on the homestead. It has nothing to do with homesteading and everything to do with having a daughter who we would love to build a playhouse for, but for the size that I wanted it to be, it was going to be way too costly. So we actually have a couple of barns on the property, and one of them we've dedicated to the children's use. And we've been redoing the inside, but there is a front part of this that we have not done anything with. It has classically been used to house the cats. So we're going to change where they are. And this part is going to become a playhouse for her birthday. So we're really, we were going to kind of do this project anyway. So now we're just going to make it pretty girly. Put a little kitchen in there, a little loft, and an art corner for her. And I think she'll really love it. So I'm going to show you what we're working with right now. All right, here's our main construction guy. Got his sound stuff ready. But you can see kind of the front facade here could be really cute. So we're going to redo the door. We're going to repaint, get rid of all of the logs and different things out here. So actually we've already been taking things out of the room. So that's all of this that you see here. And then this we're just going to make super cute. It'll be like a little cottage, and I'm going to take you inside and show you what we're working with in there. Okay, so walking in, right away you can see this is going to be a pretty huge project. It has kind of become our dumping ground. We obviously have way too many garden pots here. This is a set of cornhole boards, tons of chicken wire, large animal traps. That's a wood container, just all kinds of stuff. And that's just one side. And then here's the ceiling and lights, what they look like currently. And then on this side, there's these little cabinets. Brad has already started taking down the wall over there just to kind of see what was going on, and some shelves. So actually all of that will be coming down, and we're just going to get this cleaned up. Here's what happens when you're taking all the junk out of your barn. There's a bunch of it, and we actually have a pretty decent sized load over there. It's a little bit worse than we thought. We just kind of get these really rose-colored glasses going on and get excited. So I'm going to show you some of the problems we're probably going to have with the floor. Right here you can see, first of all, there's this little crack here. Well, it's not tiny, but so we knew about that, and we thought we could do self-leveling concrete. But then you can see here we really dip down and just kind of continue to be uneven. And Brad realized as we were doing this that this must have been the exterior of the barn originally, and then they added this area on. So our main concern right now is just we're gonna fill the cracks with the self-leveling concrete. So I'll kind of show you that process, but basically it just goes over the whole floor and helps level these kind of things out. And then our other main concern is just figuring out what we want to do here. I think we'll just do a really broad baseboard, and then maybe put some foam in any leftover crack down there, and then do the self-leveling concrete afterward. On top of that, it is really, really dirty in here. We've probably swept 3 times already.
All right, so today I had a big day. Took down all of the pegboard, which was all over the entire perimeter of the space. Took all that down. Took all of the ceiling down, which is just rigid foam insulation, but there were mouse nests and feathers from the cats taking birds and stuff up there, so that was disgusting. So once that was all down, I swept everything up as best I could. It's still a little bit wet right here, so I didn't get that very well, but we'll let that dry out and then I'll redo it. And then in preparation for doing the self-leveling concrete, I foam filled these humongous cracks They were several inches deep. I'll come through with a reciprocating saw blade and cut that flush. And then the next step will be to do the self-leveling concrete to get everything even and no cracks or anything. And it's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be better than what it is. And then we'll move on to insulation.
I am going to paint this door that I'm going to show you, and I'm trying to decide between these two colors. So we're putting on little metal pieces that'll make it look like hinges, and they're black, which is why I was trying to decide on the black. But then the hammered I just think looks cool, so we got to decide on those. So I'm just going right over the top since I'm going to be painting this door anyway, and this thing's a lot easier for me. I said I'm going to go ahead and do these as well. They've been painted over before, so it's just gonna have to paint them anyway. Might as well make them black too. Done with the hinges, and then I ended up spray painting a couple other things that I thought I would polish up, but I am going to do the inside of the inside doorknob, this hammered brass. I just like, or rather copper, I just like it, so that's what we're doing. Okay, the window definitely needs some cleaning. Time to start painting. So I'm just gonna paint the door. It looks currently like this, white. And I think this is my mom's crazy idea, but she has great crazy ideas. And we're gonna try to give it like an arch. This is really like a plastic. It's not glass. Maybe eventually we'll replace it, but that's the light making that noise. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, and we'll see how it looks. So this is Rust-Oleum paint, and one of the things it's supposed to do is help stop rust, and this is a metal door that is very rusty, so I'm really hoping that is going to work. Again, we'll probably eventually replace this door, but that is not in the budget this year. Here's the reason why I spray paint first, and then paint. I don't tape anything off, I just get really close. And obviously this is just a playhouse and a really old door, so, but this is actually how I do it in my house as well when I'm doing projects. I don't tape off, I just kind of carefully go down the edge there. So, it saves me time. Okay, it wasn't supposed to rain at all till midnight, but it's kind of raining. So luckily this is a little bit under an overhang. So I'm hoping it's protected, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, I have finished the outside of the door, and I'm coming in to do these jambs. I also obviously have to clean off all of this disgustingness. Yesterday, I was super excited to get started on my painting of the door, and I had checked the weather and it said it wasn't going to rain until midnight, which would have given it 5 hours to dry. Instead, right as I was finishing up painting, which was nowhere close to midnight, it started kind of misting, and then it continued, and then it proceeded to rain. So now the door is right back to where I started, except the hinges are fine from the spray paint. Okay, finally back to where we were, but now also with the trim painted. Yay. Brad and the boys came in and did all the insulation. Obviously, we've got some stuff in the way here, but that's done. And then Brad actually started all the drywall today.
Got 4 full sheets up so far. It wasn't quite 8 foot up to where the ceiling's gonna be, so I had to do some cuts on each one, but not very good at it. But did have one outlet to cut here, and the floor's off, so I had some issues. Obviously, cut this one a little bit too big, but I'll patch that in when I do all the screw holes and everything. But on these 2 walls, I just have the 2 short sides to do, and then we'll have half of the walls done, and then once I get that done, we'll start on the ceiling, and then I'll get insulating. We're gonna do blown-in insulation above everything, save some money on that. So.
And what insulation do you have back there?
This is R30 batting insulation, and I think for the loft area, because I'm gonna have to build the walls on the sides for that, so I'll do batting there, but everything else will just be blown-in insulation. Make sure it stays nice and warm in here.
We're really excited. He added another outlet for us, so we only had 1 outlet in there previously, which is right here. So now we have 2.
And I'm gonna add a second outlet over on that wall, and then I'm gonna put one up in the loft area so that Stasia can have a lamp. And I've got the electrical already, so each of these lights had another run attached to it that was capped off, so I've got the electrical capacity to just run new wires out of there, and it should be pretty easy. So I don't have to run a whole new run from the electrical junction box.
It's time for the nightly update with Brad and his sidekick tonight, Anastasia, who the Playhouse is for. Anastasia, what did you guys do tonight? What are these little patches?
This, so this stuff Daddy put in, and it's drywall, and then you use this stuff called joint compound to put over the cracks, and then you put tape in it, but the tape's not sticky. This is the sticky part. While Daddy was doing the corner, I stopped doing this, and
So this one was your handiwork.
Yeah, I do it to a certain length, but then I can't reach.
I see.
So then you put that tape stuff over it, and then you put another layer of joint compound on it, so it sticks down more. And with corners, Daddy just showed me this. It's really cool. So on this tape stuff, there's this line.
Yeah, I see it.
You pinch it together. Once you get it to the right length, you can do this. It helps when you're working with corners. And then you pinch it all the way down, and then you put it on there, and it's right here, but it has like a little bit like right here and stuff. You can kind of see it.
And then you mud over the top of that, and you've got a perfect corner.
So you might say that these people that produce this tape are really in your corner.
Oh my gosh, no, I would not say that.
Mom,
You
why?
might say that, but I wouldn't.
Okay, Brad got the first half of Anastasia's, what are we calling this, cubby? Loft cubby up, and then you'll do another half here. Is that where the other half is going? Or where's the other half going?
Yeah, so from here back to where the V of the truss is.
Okay, so it'll be kind of longer. It's really just a place for her to read and kind of lay down, just real cozy, hopefully. Real cozy.
Real cozy.
But anyway, this is the floor. The first half of the floor. Yay. A lot of people pride themselves on slow living, but I think I might take the cake. This is the epitome of slow living. Never getting out of your pajama pants, even when you're going out to do gross work. This mess is still here, so this is what I'm going to work on today. Let's see if we can get this done today so it stops looking like a junkyard in our yard. all cleaned up in the front. So I'm going to be painting actually the whole entire barn, but definitely this front side. This is all wood piles. So once we go through that this winter, we'll also paint the sides. Eventually we'll make these areas a garden for her. And then there will be a window here and a window there. So, yay! Probably the first thing you'll notice is a lack of buzzing. Brad did change the light to a much more unassuming light. Here's the door, which you've seen before. I did have to come back and fix something, so now I have to come back and paint this again. Third time's a charm. And here's where we are progress-wise. You can see he's done all the drywall and the mudding on the walls. He's got a few places left to do. He had to move the light switches down so she could reach them. And then this guy was actually just to help him put the ceiling drywall up, which all needs to have its seams done as well. This was a fluorescent light before, and it was over here, so he's moved that here. And this will actually be a chandelier. He just put this light on temporarily. And this guy's just resting there. He doesn't actually belong there. And then on this side, you can see, again, he's finished the drywall, and the mudding has to do the ceiling seams. And that hole right there goes up to her loft. So he'll build in a ladder here. It won't be a step ladder. You can see it goes to the end of this board here. And then this and this will be the walls. It truly is just gonna be like a little area to lay down, and we'll put a light up here, and he's putting an outlet in. And then all of this, he will actually just do the blown-in insulation. And then from this side, I still haven't done the door. I've been waiting for warmer weather, so I am excited. I think there's gonna be a day where it might be warm enough for me to paint, and I will do that. I don't know if you remember, there was a big crack here. I mean, we're talking a decent height. And so he used some kind of thicker self-leveling stuff there. And he also, if you remember that hole, he's filled in those, but we will put in a baseboard there. And then also this one, you can kind of tell a little more. There were 2 cracks here. It's hard to see, we've got a bunch of stuff in here, but he did these seams as well. So all that's left for the concrete floor is he is going to still do the self-leveling concrete to kind of make the floor a little less sloped. But even if it was just this, this is way better. In the next video, we will paint the walls. He'll be doing the finishing touches on the mudding, on the ceiling. Hopefully we'll get to the concrete for the next video. I don't know, it kind of depends on the weather. And then once all of that's done, we can start putting in the decorations, and he'll continue working on the loft and the insulation and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed kind of seeing this process of converting this space into a playhouse. It was truly a nasty area, and it's already, you can tell it's just gonna be, it's gonna be cute. I'm excited. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you next time. I hope you're having a wonderful winter season, or if it's not winter where you are, a wonderful season in general. Bye. Ooh, my eyebrows hurt. Is it still weird? Yeah. Oh, I'm burning. So, what was I saying? And I'm 95% sure that Mary is pregnant. I would say 100% sure, but last year I thought she was pregnant and I was wrong. But you can actually feel the goat babies if you put your hand here, just like on a pregnant woman, or on the other side, as long as you're being careful not to mistake the rumen for baby movement. But it really is a very cool thing. It's a lot of fun. Obviously not just like a human child, but I get just as excited.